Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Umaira Binti Zulkifli and I'm from UiTM Cawangan Melaka. The title of my project is Adventure at the Zoo, which is an educational board game. Let's begin with the introduction. Parents appear to agree that it is ideal for children to start learning a new language at a young age. This is because in order to reach a certain level of proficiency can be a time-consuming process. In school, teachers often use textbook as a primary source to teach their students English or even any other subjects. However, we need more spark in terms of fun learning because it can be hard for the student to stay motivated and focused if the learning session is not enjoyable. According to a study conducted in the past, children are more engaged in a game-based learning environment, and it helps to boost the process of understanding information by stimulating the child's cognitive processes. It also helps to recall their vocabulary better. Moreover, if there is a role-playing question present in the game, students can learn how to use the words according to their context and apply it in everyday scenarios. Hence why educational game is a great source of learning. In this project, the questions are based on spelling, vocabulary in English and Malay, and creating simple sentences. And the target community consists of teachers, parents, or guardians of children at the age of 5 to 9 years old. Moving on to the purpose and objective. The purpose of creating this board game is to attract children to learn English and to improve their English skills. It also helps to create a creative and fun method for the target community to teach their children or students English. The language elements involved are spelling, vocabulary in both English and Malay, and creating sentences. As for the entrepreneurial opportunity, we can sell this board game through online platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, or even creating its own specific website to promote the game. We can persuade consumers to buy this product by displaying the detailed information about the product and sharing reviews from the target community. Next is the methodology. There are 7 steps. The first one is to design the game tiles. There are multiple tiles on the board game and each tile has its specific role. I'll be showing you in the next slide for the role of each tile. The second step is to distribute the Google Forms. There were 2 Google Forms created. However, I'll be talking about the second one later. The first one is called the Before Survey. In this survey, the target community was able to share their thoughts about having a fun environment for children to learn English, and I was able to receive feedback about what type of questions to apply in the board game. Next is to do the research to create questions and make sample answers. I did a research based on a primary school textbook called Supermind, and the questions on the board game is based on the student's syllabus. The questions are flexible, and the target community can fill in the desired components to complete the questions. This shows that the answers are boundless. I also created sample answer cards, and the cards are color-coded so that the target community can easily identify which sample answer card is for which question card. An example of the cards will be shown on the next slide. Besides that, I also added some fun facts because I want the children to not just focus on answering questions, but also learning new information through fun facts too. Next, I designed other components which are the game tokens, paw prints collection card, and adoption certificate card. When a player answered a question correctly, they will receive 1 paw print. And if they are able to collect 3 paw prints, they will earn the adoption certificate of their chosen animal. After completing the game, I chose to test the game along with kindergarten students. The players consist of 5 and 6 years old students alongside 1 teacher. As I mentioned before, there are 2 Google Forms, and the second one is called the After Survey. This survey was given to this kindergarten teacher for her to be able to share her feedback after playing the board game with her students. Lastly, I was able to fix the lacking elements in the board game after testing it with the target community. Here is the role for each tile. And here is the questions and the other components for the board game. Next is the results and discussion. By analyzing the before survey, I decided to solve the target community's problem by creating an educational board game for their children and students to learn English in a fun way. Here are some respondents' opinions collected from the survey. In the after survey answered by the kindergarten teacher, she agrees that the educational board game is suitable to be used to improve children's English skills. Moreover, the questions also match the target age group, and that the board game helps to motivate children to learn English. Here are some pictures taken during the playing session with the kindergarten students. Moving on to the conclusion, there are two limitations. The first one is to brainstorm the question. I wish to create a board game that can be used over and over again, and I do not want to have any limitations to the question. Hence why I decided to use the fill-in method so that the target community can fill in the desired components to complete the questions according to the proficiency of the players. The second one is to design the board game. It was a difficult task because designing stuff is not my specialty, and I do need to keep in mind that children love colorful and fun illustrations. My hope for the future is that I hope to inspire people to create more language-centered games. For the significance of the project, first of all, the board game helps to motivate children to learn English and enhance their skills too. Besides that, it creates a sense of teamwork. For example, teachers can divide their students into groups and they can work together to solve the questions. Next, children will not feel pressured while learning English. This is because in their mind, they are just playing a game. However, in reality, they are actually playing while acquiring knowledge through this game. Moreover, it also helps to form a bond between the players, parents and their children, or even students with their teachers. Lastly, it creates more opportunities for children to communicate in English with their peers. And with the help of technology, when they grow up and reach a certain level of fluency, they can maybe communicate with people worldwide in English too. They can also apply their bilingual skills in higher education or at work in the future. That is all from me. Thank you.